Good day, everyone. Alien Sama here with some Alien Covenant merchandise. This is, of course, from NECA Company. It is from Alien Covenant, the terrifying new movie directed by Ridley Scott. This screen-accurate version of the Neomorph, the horrific new creature introduced in the movie, stands approximately 9 inches tall. It comes with an alternate interchangeable head and a posable baby Neomorph. How adorable! And features over 30 points of articulation and a bendable tail. Window box packaging. Oh boy, yes, of course it's window box packaging. So this thing, it doesn't actually stand 9 inches tall. It's a big fat lie. It's actually 7 inches in scale, or around 17.8 centimeters from the movie Alien Covenant. 30 points articulation. The little baby is inside. He's right about there. I doubt he's that posable. If anything, there's maybe bendable wire, and that's about it. So let's get this opened. It was $32.99 Canadian, which is a pretty big price. Big Bad Toy Store sells it for, I think it was approximately $22.99. You're saving 18% from them, as well as Toy Wiz sells them for a little bit more, but that's a USD price. So hopefully, if you didn't snag one of these at your local store, you can get them online. So let's get them out and have a look. Alrighty, so here is the figure out of the package. Boxes over there, figures here. We have the extra head, which is extremely disgusting and grotesque looking. It has a very strange look to it. It reminds me very much of the alien that came out of the, God, they even have a name? The Titans or whatever? In the movie Prometheus, where the one that came out was very black, very monstrous, more closer looking to the Xenomorph, in my opinion, than this one does. But here's where the issue is with me reviewing this figure. For the sake of it being alien related, I've not seen the movie Alien Covenant yet. I'll probably watch it after this, or once I'm done unboxing this. But for now, it's a 100% non-biased view of the design and what it looks like and my opinions on it. So right now, I'm instantly seeing some similarities, like I said, from the alien from Prometheus, but I'm seeing a lot more human traits, which is interesting. I don't know where Covenant takes place in the Alien timeline, or maybe it's a restart of the Alien timeline. I don't know yet. I haven't even looked at reviews. I haven't looked at the plot. All I know is there's aliens and apparently that ugly bastard in the background. So, what are we seeing? I'm seeing human-ish ears, which is right there. You got some places where eye sockets could have been. You can see the teeth in there. Like, that is a really damn ugly mouth. This thing, if you thought the pale alien from, I think it was Alien Resurrection, was ugly, this thing, in my opinion, is 10 times uglier. And not speaking for the toy's sake, it's just what it is. It's extremely grotesque and very white and very pale. It's got a lot of the pinkish areas, kind of like how blood would flow to your ears, to the cheeks of your face and whatnot. It's got those details on it, which is nice. The shape of its head is so strange. It's a very teardrop shape, and it's different from the Prometheus alien, because the Prometheus alien was a very continuous shape. It went from point A to point B. There was none of this human looking skull shape and then this. So it looks like this was, or is, maybe more human based off of what I'm looking at. Just keep in mind, I haven't seen the movie yet, and I don't even know if the movie explains this creature at all, but it looks very much human. I can't say above alien. It looks very alien. But if I were to say, does this thing have mostly alien origins? I would think no. I would think it started off human, or maybe this is where humans came from. At least in that world. Something very human evolved from this, or it's going to evolve into something human, or it's going to turn into the Xenomorph we know today. It's called a Neomorph, which has me not confused, but interested in why it's called that. Neo means new. So I'm like, is this the new start for Xenomorphs without H.R. Geiger around to guide us into the great world of Xenomorphs and the creatures that he drew up in his mind. I'm not too sure where they're going to head with this, but I am not biased when it comes to any of the Alien movies, any of them. I'm telling you right now, any of them. I love them all, and I love each and every alien that's ever been created from any of the games, any of the movies. You cannot tell me one of them sucks for any reason, because as long as it's got Xenomorphs and some tie-in with the original series, I'll enjoy it, and just aliens in general. I didn't like Alien vs. Predator the movie, but you know what? I still just enjoyed that it exists. So, very interesting. Very gross head. So, we got that. For the sake of the figure itself, the NECA has, I'm not sure if this is going to be a continuous feature, but they have this weird neck joint which reminds me of PlayArt's Kai and Reveltech, which has me a little bit worried. It's only in the neck. I played with it a little when I took it out of the box, but this joint, if you listen very carefully, hopefully we don't break it. Oh, you hear that? That clicking sound. So it has some sort of gear-like innards for the joints, which I'm not too big of a fan of. Hopefully they don't continue with that. I'm thinking it's a trial because this figure has a lot of new joints that some of the older NECA aliens do not have. I don't know if it's because it's skinny or if they're trying out new things. Hopefully it's trying out new things because I am a little bit impressed off of what I've seen so far. So there's that. That joint is a little bit interesting. The other and only accessory that comes with this is a tiny little baby version. Look how small it is. It's so freaking ugly though. It's like, it reminds me of the dog alien when it crawled out. It's got the extremely huge forehead just like this one. It's a lot bigger, just kind of like a baby, or like a human baby, where the forehead looks, or the head in general looks massive when they're newborns. It's only got 2 spikes on the back, as opposed to the adult who has several. Very skinny, it's got its long tail, it's very reminiscent of the original chest burster. Well, I guess that's kind of what it looks like. Oh, yeah, I just realized. So this is a little baby version. Huh. I just kind of realized that the dog... Oh, its head does pose. Well, that's creepy. The dog alien, or the cow alien, depending on which version you saw, I just realized it came out like this. Like, it didn't come out as a chest burster. It crawled out. It fully developed inside, then burst out. Interesting, now that I think about it. So this guy is fully developed. Is he bendy at all? It looks like he has a rotating tail, which that's kind of dumb. He has a rotating head, which makes him extremely creepy, and I think his gross little arms rotate. Maybe? Nope. Just his legs? Ew! Oh, his legs rotate, though. Gross. Yeah. I'm going to crawl into the fetal position and die. This thing's going to be creepy to see walking around. So, yeah, you get this little tiny baby with your, I guess, your adult version. I'm assuming this grows into that because they look very alike. The thing I don't like is the paint job is absolutely awful. It's just white with some yellow painted spikes and some red just friggin' splashed on there. I might repaint it white and then do the blood myself so it actually looks like blood and not some weird red and white cow alien, because that's what it looks like. It's not very good. But the main piece is this ugly guy in the background, so let's get to it. Okay, so now that we're done looking at these ugly arse pieces, let's look at this ugly arse guy. So, you're supposed to be able to exchange the head, be able to pop it off. Let's test that and see if it breaks. I'd probably say it will, because when I was bending this joint, it was very close to breaking. Just like every other NECA product. Even, I think it was WizKids, they said they won't do returns if you break it because of, basically they're saying NECA's toys break, which is very unfortunate. I had someone ask me about the Alien Queen. They said, hey, they've had issues with NECA before. Ooh, Jesus. They've had issues with NECA before breaking. Have they changed? And I said no. No, they have not. That was good. So this is not a soft... This is not soft on the inside. So maybe put this guy under some hot water. I didn't do that. I was lucky that it came off on its own. Either way, it's like, it's so damn ugly. I'm trying to choose which head I don't mind going on my shelf, but holy crap, it's so ugly. So ugly. Yeah. I guess this one's less ugly. And yeah. So this is the head that came on the figure already. It has the nasty little mouth coming out, which I don't know what that reminds me of. Maybe a goblin shark. Goblin sharks, their mouth kind of does the same thing. It's so weird. It's such a human face until that comes out. And then you're like, well, that's not so human. Oh, it reminds me of a squid. That's what it reminds me of. It's a squid. A squid alien. It just needs some tentacles coming off the top here and be like... So there's that. So let's see if we can get this neck joint back on. Okay, that was pretty easy. Boom. Oh, boom. There we go. The head is bending a-okay. So let's check out NECA's newest thing. I don't know if all their aliens are going to start coming in a box like this, or if this is just for the Alien Covenant. Now, when you search it up, it says Alien Covenant Series 1, so I'm assuming there's going to be some more coming out. I like on the back of the box that they have some drawings, like sketches of the alien, but I'm kind of wondering if this was kind of a special box thing, 'cause there's another one from the movie that came out as well that's in the same type of box, which I'll be getting shortly. I pre-ordered that one for Amy. I didn't pre-order this guy because he's ugly as shit. And I said, hey, if he shows up in store, I'll buy him, which he did, so damn it. But I'm curious if alien products will now be coming in a box like that. I haven't checked out any of the Predators because I don't like Predators. So, moving on to the toy. This is a much longer video than I was anticipating, but there's so much to talk about. So, they didn't lie. The tail is bendable. The tail has no signs of any type of spike starting to happen, or any of that growing of the skeleton that happens in some of the xenomorphs, where their tail comes up and it's kind of like a big spinal pieces. I don't know, vertebrae. Yeah, there you go. Big vertebrae coming up from the tail. So there's none of that showing on this. So, okay, so the wire starts about here on my figure, so the tail will only really start bending around here. And how strong is the wire? Okay, so the wire is actually very... It's not extremely strong, but it's nice. It can grip things. It's not like some of the xenomorphs I have, where you twist it and it'll start uncoiling itself because the metal inside versus the rubber or plastic that's on the outside, it's not very strong, so that's good. It's got a nice little bendy tail. These right here are soft. They are not bendable in a way that they will stay in the form in which you push them, but they are soft, so you don't have to worry about them snapping off, which is nice, because a lot of the xenomorphs, the pieces that come off, they either break off or they fall off on their own because they're not glued properly in place. Same thing, this one right here is a little stiff, but it is rubbery. Next, we're going to look at the joints from top to bottom and see what's new in the show. So, if you are familiar with the NECA release of the alien or the creature that came out at the end of the movie for Prometheus, it's basically the same type of body. It is not the exact same mold, which is very nice, because a lot of the xenomorphs we see, it's the same mold but with a different repaint. This is a new body, which is great. So, the shoulders, however, are basically the same as that alien. Very small, very skinny. Not extremely posable. That's probably as far as the arms are going to go without snapping off, which isn't too bad. They are 360 rotate, come out. They can bend over pretty far across the chest, which is nice. Can't really come out too much. I would be careful as soon as you start hearing that creaking sound. Be careful, because you don't want to break the joints. The elbows have... I said that very weird. The elbows have very interesting joints. I haven't seen these for their products yet, but this is probably the newest Neomorph that I've seen. There is a joint going into here which allows for rotating, and then there's a joint right here which is very clear. It's not painted over as far as I can see, and it is quite smooth, which is very nice. A lot of NECA's products, as we all know, is notorious for painted over joints, which is not very cool or fun, especially when it breaks. So I have a lot of confidence that these new joints are going to be better and hopefully will be the new norm for NECA. Because I'm tired of my aliens' elbows, I'm tired of my aliens' waist. Break it off. So, moving on to the wrist. The wrist is also easy. You can see the joint right there. It's just a simple up and down like a regular wrist, and of course it can spin 360 as well. The fingers do not have any metal in them, so they are as they are posed. The alien's got 2, 4, 6 fingers. Boom, beautiful. So just like all the other ones, 6 fingers. The waist joint is a little different as well. Where did I see that? Or how did I get a better look? Actually, no. The waist joint is still the same, but with this particular alien, there's a lot of room and a lot of give, so you don't have to worry too much about it. I would still be cautious of trying to bend the alien in any hyper direction. Don't try and overextend it or hyperextend his body more than you feel comfortable doing, because it might break. It's still got the same type of joint on the inside. Big ball here, big ball there, little rod in the middle. So of course what's going to break if you bend him too far? The little rod in the middle. The ball will not break. If anything, you'll have a ball stuck up in there, and have fun getting that out. Well, dump him in some boiling water. It'll pop out eventually. So he can spin 360. Of course he can. He's only on a simple ball joint. He can bend up. That's about as far as he's going to go. And that's about as far as he's going to go. So for an alien, not very flexible, but that's pretty much all the Xenomorph figures we have. Same difference. The hip joints are nothing new. There's just a lot of openings around it, so you probably will have quite a bit of flexibility. So, except for this. This little bony part here had the same issue on the Prometheus alien, where it got in the way of bending it outwards, but I guess, like, why is your alien going to try and do the splits anyways? So lots of movement up and back. If it wasn't for the arms, you could probably spin this leg all the way around, which would be very unhealthy for the alien. It's got some in and out movement, which is nice. In and out. You can actually see right here, you see how there's like this really pale yellow, and then in the inside a almost translucent milky white plastic. The creamy yellow is the paint, and the translucent white is the joint. So, this is where the joint would usually seize up if it wasn't for them fixing that. I didn't scrape this off, but I guess they painted the joint over before placing it or putting it together, which is nice. Because usually they would just paint that over and then you'd be like, well, damn it, it's stuck. But it's not, so that's fantastic. You can, oh, look at that. They have the same type of joints in here. Interesting. But they don't make the clicky sound, which is interesting. I wonder why. There's probably not enough room for it to do it. But so the hips are fairly flexible, which is nice. And moving down to the knees, once again, we have this newer looking joint, which is the same in the elbow as it is in the knees. There is a rotary joint here, which just goes... oh, it doesn't just spin sideways. So, this is... well, it can spin sideways, of course. You can see it. So it spins, so instead of having the thigh break right here, which some of the older NECAs do, especially the Predators, instead of putting a slice here so the thigh can essentially do this, they put a joint here which can turn either way, as you saw, can spin all the way around, but it also has a little bendy joint. So you've got two joints here, one that just rotates in and out, then you have one that rotates around. And then, if we can get it to bend, boom, you got this extra knee joint right here. So it has two bending points and then one rotating, one rotating point, which is great. So, boom. 2 knee joints. That's good. That gives him a lot of flexibility when it comes to crouching. But he can only crouch as much as his ankle will let him. So let's see. The ankle. Whoo, look at that. This is a much better ankle than was on the Prometheus alien. The Prometheus alien figure's ankle sucked. And mine broke, and one was friggin' seized because they painted over it or glue fell in it or something. So these are fantastic, beautiful, wonderful, fantastic. Oh, yes, it can rotate. So it rotates right here. So the ankle, woohoo, can do a full spin for whatever reason you want to do that. And he has little bendable toes. The only issue with the toes is that this little demi-claw, I think they're called, sticks out. So if you want him completely on his tippy toes, you may have issues keeping him upright because the little demi-claw is going to be sticking into the ground a little bit. Although if you wanted to, you could heat it up and push it and wait for it to cool, and it will stay in that pose. But don't heat up your toys if you don't know what you're doing, because that's dangerous. Plus, you might break it or catch it on fire or melt it, which would be even worse, I guess. Or don't play with fire, kids. So yeah, he's got some really nice joints. I love the joints on this creature. If only it wasn't this creature, because damn, you are ugly. Very ugly. Its lips are so chapped looking. I just want to like get him a chapstick or something. Here you go. Take it. Just throw it at him. So, the new Neomorph. You know what's something I just noticed? Maybe you noticed throughout the video, but this arm, or this one I should say, is extremely discolored compared to this one. It's almost like, I don't know. This one's very gray and this one's pink and white, like the rest of the body. It's so strange. I wonder why. Same. Well, of course all these... Well, I don't know. I'm going to say, well, of course all these parts are painted then assembled, but the way NECA does things, I don't know. It's very discolored in some places. It doesn't fully blend in. It's not like, all the skin is the same color and texture all the way down. Interesting. So, I don't know. Something that is interesting that I keep looking at is this alien has like a navel area. At least it looks like a navel area, but then it goes down into this like slit here, which I'm wondering if that's the human remnants of it. Because if there's a navel, if that is a navel and not just a part of this slit, if that's a navel, then it would have as a species had an umbilical cord at one point. You would think so. I really need to watch this movie, sit down and just let it run and enjoy it, or try to enjoy it. Sometimes I wish the alien movies weren't like a casual sci-fi. I don't know. I don't want to be like doing things and be like, oh god, like friggin' loud sounds. But yeah. So that's it for this unboxing video. Sorry it was so long. It's, you know, it's a new figure. It's a new set from NECA. It's definitely something I need to take a closer look at. 20th Century Fox 2017. My goodness. Real toys. Beautiful. So you have your nasty baby and your creepy face and the box and your beautiful NECA figure. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next unboxing video. Peace out, guys. Bye-bye. Thank you guys so much for watching another video. Please subscribe and enjoy these extra videos just for you. Farewell for now.